A lot of cases, you're seeing more and more stories point out, or the Biden administration is pointing out more and more stories. We just put this in as a hopeful. We didn't put this in as a hard and fast, you're going to start getting boosters on September 20th. This was just a goal. So they're just clarifying that.
Biden's chief of staff, Ron Klain, said, no one's going to get boosters until the FDA says they're approved, which, I mean, I read it as they will not allow boosters on some kind of temporary emergency. I'm confused. Will the FDA issue an emergency use authorization for boosters now? Or a full approval for boosters? Or did he mean, I hate to get too far in the weeds about what he meant, or did he mean it doesn't matter if the boosters are available, he doesn't think people will go get them, even if they're available until they're approved by the FDA? There is a little bit of, are they sure they know what they're doing?
Well, okay, so I have a little bit more on what Klain said. He said that they are, as we mentioned, still hoping that one of the boosters gets approved. He noted the federal government has already purchased the additional doses and is prepared to launch them as soon as possible. And he said he expects one of the vaccine brands to be approved by the target date. But he says the president will trust the science and that the proposed launch date was never completely set in stone. My other question about purchasing the additional doses, do they have an expiration date?
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens should this deadline be pushed?
Oh, man, seems like a real skin-of-the-teeth situation there.
All right, the DAs and sheriff's departments elected in 2022 would get an extra 2 years in office under a new state bill. It's Assembly Bill 759. It would put voting for top county prosecutors and sheriffs on the same track as presidential elections in 2028. But in order to do that, they would have to add 2 years to the 4-year terms of most DAs and sheriffs elected during the balloting in 2022. Which I bet, I don't know, with all of the uproar there is about DA Gascon and Sheriff Villanueva right now, are people going to be into this one?
Well, Villanueva is not into it. He said it's a bad idea on steroids because having the DA and the sheriff on the ballot at the same time all the time, that's too much upheaval. At the same time you get a new DA, you also get a new sheriff. So I guess he would prefer to stagger it.
Which makes a little bit of sense because then you would feel like you always had a little bit of oversight should the next person who was elected go a little willy-nilly in their seat. Right. You would at least either have the DA or the sheriff to sort of make sure that things didn't completely go awry.
Yeah. Well, let's see if that happens. Boy, it's a sweet deal for whoever gets elected next year.
6
right?
years.
2 extra years. Those sweet, sweet government bennies. All right, let's get a news update from Jennifer Jones-Lee, and then we'll continue handle on the news. It's KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
LA County health officials say between June and August, there were 167 cases of the Mu variant of COVID-19. Mu, spelled M-U from the Greek alphabet, was first found in January in Colombia and has already spread to 39 countries. Local health officials say they're keeping a close eye on the variant because it spreads faster than the Delta variant and may have the ability to evade antibodies. News is brought to you by the Cunning Dental Group. Authorities say they're investigating the deaths of a man and woman in their home in Arcadia as a murder-suicide. The shootings were reported just after 11 yesterday. Both people died at the scene. The LA County coroner says it's believed the man killed the woman before killing himself. Both were in their 50s. Pay TV network Nickelodeon says shows like Paw Patrol and Blue's Clues and You are more than just entertainment. It says they can help young kids in many other ways. Vice President of Digital Consumer Insights at Nickelodeon, Makita Mays-Gray, says these kinds of shows have characters that entertain and engage.
And when that entertainment is paired with learning goals, it really sets the stage for a powerful parasocial relationship that supports the child's development.
Mays-Green says this is particularly important as many kids go back to school for the first time since the pandemic started. An art piece by Banksy that self-shredded during an art sale is back on the market.
A painting of a young girl reaching for a heart-shaped balloon that gained widespread attention in 2018 will be up for sale on October 14th in London. During the art sale 3 years ago, onlookers watched as the Banksy piece suddenly fed through a shredder hidden inside the frame, leaving the artwork hanging in strips. The piece is sitting at a pre-sale estimate of £4 million or $5.5 million. Plotted Stefanian, KFI News.
And a landlord in Maine has found, some tarantulas and a python left behind in one of his properties by a former tenant. The landlord called in an animal rescuer to get them out of the apartment in Auburn. The rescuer says the animals, which are illegal in Maine, are doing fine, and they'll be relocated. Man, I've left behind some dust bunnies before, but never tarantulas or a python. Jeff Ball, what's going on the 210?
Well put. You might want to get a hold of those tenants. Yes, Steve, good morning to you. The 210 westbound drive, if you're coming through Irwindale right now in the 605. Fear not. Again, you're on the right freeway, but it's wide open, really, all the way to Pasadena. Nothing to warn you about. Everything is good. Just be careful as you go. You can't always tell what's laying in the roadway, so be careful. But the drive itself, it's looking real good. Now, most of San Fernando Valley, we're going back into the valley now. I'll explain in a minute, but most of it was looking pretty good, the 101, the 405, and all that. There was an earlier problem westbound 118 on the uphill side before you get up to Rocky Peak. A car fire should be gone by now, but even if it is, the right lane was blocked, so just be careful going through. The eastbound drive the other way around is coming good. And the last report I mentioned, the problem West 10, Santa Monica Freeway Western, well, it turned out to be an eastbound problem, Western, but it has cleared, so not to worry. That should be pretty good. Reason we're doing the 210 is a pretty intense marine layer over most of the basin, but we'll figure it out. Let you know what's going on. Don't go away. Injured in an accident, visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Jeff Ball, KFI in the sky.
Listen to me, self-employed entrepreneurs and you 1099 contractors. I don't want you to get the door slammed in your face when you go for a home loan just because you don't have those tax returns. That's not fair. You shouldn't be penalized for that. So here's your answer. It's Equinox Home Financing. They exist to help good people like you. They can use your personal or your business bank statements to determine your cash flow. That becomes your income. And guess what? Conventional lenders can't do it. So call Equinox Home Financing now, 855-LOAN-455, 855-LOAN-455, or go to equinoxhomefinancing.com.
Licensed by the California Department of Real Estate and the California Department of Financial Oversight, NMLS number 1212805.
It's the word mattress stores can't stop shouting every Labor Day holiday. Sale! Sale!
Great, Dad. Every mattress store advertises their huge Labor Day sale, but only Sit and Sleep has technology that actually helps you choose the right one.
Because only Sit and Sleep has bed-mesh technology that scientifically recommends the level of support that's right for you.
So why look for a low price on the wrong mattress when you can get the lowest prices of the year on the right one during Sit and Sleep's Labor Day sale?
Save 50% off select mattresses from Sealy, Beautyrest, and Kingstown. And with your good credit, pay 0% financing for 36 months on purchases of $19.99 and above with 10% down and your minimum monthly payment.
Plus, save $700 on temper adjustable sets. And try beds from Casper, Nectar, and Hybrid Infinity, all on sale. So this Labor Day, trust your sleep to Sit and Sleep.
And forget all those mattress stores screaming, sale, sale.
Since when don't you like screaming, Dad?
Very funny, Drew.
SoCal weather from KFI. We've got a heat advisory in effect for much of Southern California. Beaches will be in the 80s today. We'll be in the 90s to right at 100. For the valleys, it looks like the Inland Empire is going to make it into the low 100s, and this heat advisory, again, stays with us through tonight. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Find the employees you need to get your business moving. Sign up with iHeartAdBuilder.com and create a custom radio ad to reach job seekers listening to stations just like this one. Get started today at iHeartAdBuilder.com. Summer might be ending, but the savings are just getting started. Get 25% off everything online and in-store at the Trojans Labor Day Weekend Sale, plus an additional 5% off in-store when you mention iHeartRadio. For beautiful tiles, stunning slabs, and more, go to iHeartTile.com. Your style, our tile.
Well, you've heard me talk about my friends at Sunday and how they can sell your home fast without any repairs, without the hassle of dealing with showings, realtors, cleaning, or making upgrades. Now Sunday has made the process even easier for those who want to sell a property fast. Contact Sunday for your free no-obligation cash offer. They're going to visit your property, take photos, and do a 3D walkthrough. They'll package your property details and send it to the thousands of local investors in their database who are actively looking to buy properties. The average homeowner receives 12 offers on their property. It's quick and easy. Plus, you can close in as little as 10 days, or they have the flexibility to close in months. They can even give you a $20,000 cash advance, which will help with moving costs when you sell with Sunday. Go to sunday.com, SUNDAE.com, or phone them, 800-25-OFFER. Get a free no-obligation cash offer at sunday.com, SUNDAE.com. Sunday is a California licensed real estate broker. DRE license number 020-88298.
Termite problems? Search PacificCoastTermite.com or call 800-PACIFIC.
For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
Live and local.
KFI AM 640.
An iHeart radio station.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Good morning. It's the Bill Handel Show. Bill's going to be here at 9 o'clock to tell us what's on his mind with the news of the day. We're doing Handel on the News right now. Jennifer Jones-Lee and me. And a comedian and two other people died after apparently overdosing on cocaine that had been laced with fentanyl. This happened at a home in Venice. And another person, a comedian and model, who lives next door, was over there and survived, but was also affected by this fentanyl-laced drugs.
It happens more and more and more.
Fentanyl is so inexpensive that it's being put into everything. Forget the morality issues around illegal drug use, like all that. Forget all that. Just the consumer awareness aspect that you cannot know whether what you're getting now is what you wanted or something much more deadly. So what the moralist answer would be, stop using illegal drugs. The other answer would be, you got to decriminalize everything so that it can come from reputable lab-tested sources. So just like now, you walk down the street, there's any number of cannabis dispensaries full of pot stuff, and a lot of them with little QR codes you can scan. It'll take you to the lab analysis of what's in it and everything. And I don't think this country's never going there. But the idea that there'd be stores that also sell cocaine and maybe psychedelics, and same thing, like here's a thing of cocaine with a QR code, and you scan it, and a lab actually tested what's in that baggie, and you would know what you were getting.
All right, the city council in Portland announced that it was going to vote on an emergency resolution this week that would stop trade and travel with Texas. This is all in response to the abortion restrictions there. And if passed, the ban will continue until the state of Texas withdraws the abortion law or it's overturned in court.
I'd love to see the big fat stack of documents that show just how much travel and business the state has. Oh, it's not even the state, it's just Portland. Yeah, I'd like to see what kind of dollars are at stake here. It's purely symbolic, right?
Sure.
Which I don't necessarily have a problem with symbolic gestures, but let's recognize it for what it is. I don't think Governor Abbott now is quaking in his boots. Because they might lose all that sweet Portland, Oregon business travel money. Well, joining the backlash against Texas's abortion law, the Satanic Temple, a recognized religious organization. It's just as legitimately a religion, as far as the laws of this country are concerned, as named Presbyterianism. They are lobbying the FDA to give abortion pills to Satanic Temple members in Texas. Their arguments that their religion not only believes in abortion, but conducts what they call abortion ceremonies. So in other words, if you're having an abortion and you're a member of the Satanic Temple, it is also considered a religious act. And therefore that Texas's law violates the Religious Freedom Restoration Act. And they're also trying to turn on Texas's government, because Ken Paxton, their AG, has been so big on, we must protect religious freedom. And they're like, all right, put your money where your mouth is. You want an abortion. We have to have an abortion for our religion. Here's the thing. I get what they're doing, and I always love theater and this kind of culture disruption. I don't think really, truly, abortion is considered a sacred ritual in the Satanic Temple. But all right, whatever. Try to throw another monkey wrench into the thing.
And they know it gets them headlines. You say something like this.
Absolutely.
We're talking about it.
Maybe recruit a few new members.
Sure.
Oh no, I'm so glad that you're the one who has to present this story.
We talked about it at the beginning. Mm-hmm. Dodgers lost to the Giants 6-4.
Yeah, we don't have to dwell on this.
Freaking Giants are in first.
Yep.
Stupid.
You know what I like? I'm going to call out Alex now. The story that she gave us to talk about how the Dodgers lost to the Giants is written by a San Francisco news outlet from the point of view of how the Giants did.
Duggar tripled.
Yeah, it's all about how awesome the article is all about how awesome the Giants are. Well, a judge has ruled that at the trial of Parkland shooter Nicholas Cruz, witnesses and prosecutors will not be allowed to call him an animal or any other derogatory names. This turned into a big debate about, well, can we call him a murderer? And the defense said, no, you can't call him a murderer because that's derogatory. You can't call him a school shooter. You can't call him a killer. The judge here, I think, has their head on straight. Because they just said, oh, no. Yes, you can call him killer, murderer, school shooter. You can call it a mass shooting. You can call it a massacre because those are legitimately descriptive terms based on facts. What you can't do are things like monster, animal, that don't have anything really to do with the facts of what happened and that exist only to, I guess, disparage his character and his humanity.
Wouldn't those have been objections anyway?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you don't know if the judge would have sustained or overruled. And I think what they wanted to do is they didn't want to constantly have to go through objection, sustained, or overruled, or whatever. So the judge set the ground rules in advance. And I think that's fine. The last thing you want is an appealable issue in this trial. That's the last thing you want.
Sure.
All right, Jen, would you please give us a news update, and then we'll finish up Handle on the News. It's KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
More than 1,000 schools across the country have closed because of COVID-19 since July. The Wall Street Journal reports some schools are having a hard time finding staff while students are home because of infection or exposure. The assembly lines at almost every GM plant in North America will come to a halt this week because of computer chips. Just 4 of them will stay up and running. And some 40% of Americans say they use the self-checkout at the grocery store to keep from being judged by a cashier. The survey also found that shoppers who explore every aisle are more likely to be fans of horror movies. We'll take a look at your drive with VKFI in the Sky in the 5 next.
Looking for your next investment? Want to cash out of stock market risk and volatility? Here are 8 reasons to consider NRIA's proven real estate development fund. Monthly cash flow payouts of 10% annualized and bonuses to 21% targeted. We strategically locate in lower risk, high demand areas people are moving to. New construction is short on supply. Real estate affords diversification and safety from stock market risk and volatility. We have substantial property assets selling out every month supporting your investment. Our short and long-term strategy provides for steady returns today and major upside targets. Our buildings are socially responsible, environmentally friendly, and pandemic hardened. We are an industry leader with a 15-year proven track record. Hedge against inflation and receive steady cash flow. Start your due diligence at nria.net or call 800-800-1414. That's 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
Providing scalable HR services, employee benefits, payroll, and HR technology for 30-plus years. Insperity's mission is to help businesses succeed so communities prosper. Insperity, HR that makes a difference. Visit insperity.com.
SoCal weather from KFI. We've got a heat advisory in effect till 8 o'clock tonight for much of Southern California, with highs from the 80s to low 100s. This report is brought to you by Insperity. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. We're watching the 5.
You betcha. Coming out of the Newhall Pass, a good report coming up. Just be careful going downhill. But the South 14 South 5 merge is all in pretty good shape. It's a little busy in between the 210 and the 118, but not to worry. After that, South 5 all good all the way down through Burbank and into Glendale. Most of the San Fernando Valley is looking good. Even the dreaded 405 is looking well. Now, to West LA, real quick, we had a minor problem northbound 405 at Venice. Now, it's north of the Marina Freeway as you come up into West LA. There's a car fire. The driver put it out herself, is the report that we got. So a pretty good report. No problems there. West 210, we had a good look at that from Irwindale right to Pasadena. Even the 134 into Glendale and all that to Burbank. Everything is looking good. LAX, actually all the drive going into the airport, the westbound 105, the northbound 405, Prince Hill Beach up, it's all good, but LAX itself, it's never not busy. It is just that. It's not jammed, but certainly busy on the upper level, so give yourself a little bit of extra time. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Baugh, KFI in the sky.
This report is sponsored by Bedrosian's Tile and Stone.
Summer might be ending, but the savings are just getting started. Get 25% off everything online and in-store at Bedrosian's Labor Day weekend sale, plus an additional 5% off in-store when you mention iHeartRadio. For beautiful tiles, stunning slabs, and more, go to iHeartTile.com. Your style, our tile.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. If you've decided to sell your house, I know it is tempting to just get it listed as is or even take one of those cash-out deals. But why sell yourself short when making just the right upgrades will maximize its sale value? You mean like flipping our own home, Dean? We don't have the expertise or the cash for that. I know, but my friends at Revive do. Revive knows exactly what to change, what to spend, and where to spend it. They'll manage everything for you and front all the costs. Yes, Revive fronts the cost. They get paid back from escrow, but the profit gained is all yours. How much profit? The average client makes over 200% profit on what Revive invests on their behalf. It's a no-brainer. Reach out to iloverevive.com today and see if your home qualifies. To make the most from the sale of your home, go to iloverevive.com. That's iloverevive.com.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The new Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses and automatically adjusts to keep you both effortlessly comfortable. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss our Labor Day weekend special where all smart beds are on sale. Save 50% on the new Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed, plus free premium delivery. Ends Labor Day. Contractor license 1047-781.
Dad taught me to do things the right way, not the easy way. You got any brothers and sisters? 8 sisters, 7 of which are older than me. Did they teach you anything? They taught me that people matter a lot. I'm talking to Ken Goodrich, owner of Gettle Air Conditioning and Plumbing. The day I started my business, my first job was for a 90-year-old man whose air conditioner broke down on the hottest day of the year. And he didn't have any money to pay me. That's awkward. He was really embarrassed. So when he asked if I could take an old cello as payment, I told him I always wanted to learn to play the cello. The what? The cello. It's like a giant violin.
You talking about the thing standing in the corner of your office?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could play that.
I can't.
Then why'd you take it?
I took it because he would probably have died if I hadn't fixed his air conditioner. I took it because people matter.
I like working here, Kenny.
I like working here too, Zach.
Get 'em. G-O-E-T-T-L.
Will keep you cool, but it's hard to spell.
Attention homeowners, Interactive Mortgage has dropped rates again to a rock bottom 1.75% rate in APR. Yes, it's incredible. A rock bottom 1.75%. And if that's not enough, Interactive Mortgage will even pay your title, escrow, and appraisal fees. That's right, no point and no fees. Absolutely zero. Zilch. None. So what are you waiting for? Call now and take advantage of these never-before-offered rates. A 1.75% rate in APR with no fees whatsoever. Call Interactive Mortgage now at 844-371-CASH. That's 844-371-CASH. 844-371-2274. Or visit interactivemortgage.com.
Windpoint Corporation, DBA Interactive Mortgage, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. New clients only. Loan amount $300,000 to $548,250. Minimum FICO of 740 and maximum LTV of 60%. All loans subject to underwriting approval, and not all applicants will qualify. Loans made or arranged pursuant to California Finance Law License Number 603F938. NMLS Number 302352.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
He flew over all of us all his life in private jets. And now, oh, wow, there's people down there. Oh, I bet you these are the people I threw out of work. Dark storefronts. Yeah, I probably closed these businesses. Oh, these closed schools. Yeah, I threw all these children out of school. Yeah.
John and Ken, weekdays at 2.
Oh, I didn't know there were people down here.
On KFI.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Good morning, Bill Handel Show. Bill's going to join us at 9 o'clock. Tell us what he thinks of the news of the day. Let's finish up Handel on the news. Jennifer Jones-Lee and me.
We now have some more information on the grand jury transcripts involving film star Ron Jeremy, adult film star that is. Apparently, he used his celebrity status to meet women. So he would often frequent the Rainbow and the Sunset Strip in West Hollywood. He apparently had permission to use an employee bathroom. Some women say that he would lure them back there to show them where the restaurant made their famous pizzas, or by telling him he knew of a bathroom they could use when the public restrooms were closed after last call. So he'd be like, hey, I know these people, I know somebody, come back here with me. Then he'd get them back there, apparently, and that's where they claim they were sexually assaulted. Or there were some women who say, hey, we just would see Ron Jeremy and think to ourselves, hey, it'd be fun to get a picture with Ron Jeremy. Or, hey, let's just go over and meet Ron Jeremy. He's sort of a celebrity. And that's where things would all start. Or they would possibly invite him back to their hotel that they were sharing with friends, kind of a party situation. And hey, look who we brought back. We brought back Ron Jeremy. How funny is this? And then things would go terribly awry.
If half of the accusations against him are true, he's been doing this constantly for years. If a tenth of the accusations against him are true, he's a despicable serial rapist and sexual abuser. And there's no way that every single woman is lying. It's just not. Well, big shakeup over at Time's Up. Time's Up, the organization that was founded to help sexual abuse victims primarily and other kind of social justice things. They have big controversy because, and you wouldn't expect this, turns out the chairman, well, now former chairman, because she had to resign, former chairman of Time's Up, Roberta Kaplan, was helping Governor Andrew Cuomo deal with the accusations against him. That makes her the George Gascon of Time's Up.
Wow.
But it does, doesn't it?
Yes.
Their whole thing is supposed to be to help and protect not necessarily only women. Okay, although it is statistically it's mostly women. It's just the way the cookie crumbles right now. I'm sure they would help a man who found himself the subject of abuse or whatever, but their whole point is they're supposed to help the victims, and she was helping the accused. So she had to step down. Then the CEO and president resigned a little bit after that, and now 3 of the board members have resigned. Shonda Rhimes, these are big names. Shonda Rhimes, Eva Longoria, and Journey Smollett. Not Jesse, Journey. So it's a big shakeup, and I guess, what an embarrassment to the organization.
And I want to know why Shonda Rhimes, Eva Longoria, and Journey Smollett stepped down. Did they know? Is it going to come out that they just didn't want to be part of an organization that would help Governor Cuomo? Was it on those grounds, or was it they knew that Governor Cuomo was being helped and they didn't do anything about it? I'm curious now.
I know, we won't know because they came out with the most generic statement explanation possible that they're stepping aside to give the interim CEO the ability to refocus the organization's leadership. I'm guessing they don't want to be involved with Time's Up, but Time's Up, the phrase Time's Up and the organization Time's Up now is tainted.
Yeah.
Because what comes with it now? That one of the biggest proponents of the organization, she was the chairwoman, was helping Cuomo. And it's not like, look, let me tell you something. Let's say I have an organization like Time's Up. And then here's a guy falsely accused. And it's clear, like they believe 100% it's false. I wouldn't have a problem with them helping that guy. Okay, because one part of helping victims of this kind of abuse is also to try to minimize the amount of false accusations that happen, right? Because it undermines the whole thing.
Right.
The problem is it's Andrew Cuomo, and there's no way in hell that she could have believed that it was all false. It's not possible, in my opinion, that she could have sincerely believed that he was an angel. And we know now he wasn't because he has admitted that some of his behavior was I know he hasn't admitted to specific accusations of really bad stuff, but he's admitted that his behavior was problematic.
Well, even just the pictures of him kissing everybody and whatever.
Right. So she ruined it. And hopefully they can, reorganize and get new people and they can't rebrand. You can't, but they can regain, I guess, the credibility that this woman took away from them. Do you want to finish up with anything quickly?
I think we can squeeze these both in. So Howard University installed Chadwick Boseman's name on its College Fine Arts building. This happened on Friday, actually, and it just said that he's an icon in his own right who has left immeasurable legacies for our next generation. Thank you, Mr. Boseman.
Yeah, of course, a Howard alumnus. Yeah. Graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Directing. All right, let's leave it there.
Okay.
When we come back, let's get some news from Jennifer Jones-Lee, and then when we come back, many decades ago, a newly elected governor in California said it is time to give more power directly to the people. Fast forward to now, and Caitlyn Jenner wants to be the governor of California, and it's because the fact that she can even try is because of what this governor did so many decades ago. It's KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Labor Day weekend. A perfect opportunity to wonder what you did with your whole summer. But look at the bright side. It's almost Christmas. Oh my God.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Shrinking benefits. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Nearly 9 million people in the U.S. lose their federal unemployment benefits starting today as the Fed's expanded COVID-19 program ends. Initially, unemployed Americans got $600 a week between April and July 2020. That was then revised to $300 a week in December. Lawmakers are not expected to revive the special pandemic unemployment payments again. News is brought to you by American Vision Windows. More triple-digit temperatures are forecast for the mountains and valleys in Riverside County. The National Weather Service says temperatures could reach 101 degrees and heat advisories are in place through 8 tonight. Meteorologists say a ridge of high pressure building over central California will dominate the Inland Empire, reducing humidity and creating bone-dry conditions into the early part of the week. Comedian and model Kate Quigley is in the hospital recovering from a drug overdose in Venice. 3 other people, including comedian Fuquan Johnson, died after taking cocaine reportedly laced with fentanyl. TMZ reported it happened in the early hours of Saturday morning next door to Quigley's place. A candlelight vigil has been held in Long Beach where a married couple was shot and killed. Their daughters have told NBC4 the shootings on Saturday night were over an argument about a parking spot.
My mom, she was my everything. I feel empty, My stepdad, he was kind. He was a nice person. He was funny.
The shootings happened across the street from Drake Park. At least 167 cases of new COVID-19 variant have popped up in LA County.
And health officials say this one spreads faster than the Delta variant. Mu, spelled M-U from the Greek alphabet, was first found in Colombia earlier this year and has already spread to 39 countries. Health organizations say they decided to label new variants after the Greek alphabet to minimize stigma to the country of origin. Officials say Mu may also be able to evade antibodies. The cases in LA County were discovered between June and August. Steve Gregory, KFI News.
Cleanup efforts are ongoing in New Jersey where 27 people died as remnants of Hurricane Ida swept across the eastern U.S. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy toured flood-damaged areas yesterday and thanked President Biden for issuing a federal disaster declaration for his state.
I'm honored that President Biden has accepted our invitation to come in on Tuesday. Clearly, federal help is going to be topic number 1.
Murphy says the storm dumped 2 months' worth of rain in just a couple of hours when it hit last week. Authorities in Central Florida are trying to figure out what caused a rampage in which a man shot and killed 5 people, including a baby. They say the former U.S. Marine sharpshooter broke into the home near Lakeland yesterday and started shooting. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd says it was a random attack.
At this point in the investigation, we find 0 connection between our shooter, our murderer, and our victims.
Police say an 11-year-old girl was shot 7 times during the attack and survived. And market analysts say record high car prices will likely extend into next year and might not fall until 2023. A global shortage of computer chips and semiconductors that go into new cars started last spring because of COVID-19 and is expected to continue as the Delta variant is spreading into countries in Asia where the chips are made. As a result, GM and Ford have already announced 1- and 2-week closures at their North American factories. We're taking a look at your drive on the 605.
Oh, you betcha. Good morning to you if you just joined us here. But be careful, but most of our freeways are in real good shape. The speeds are way up there. And one thing that scares us traffic types a little bit when the speeds are up, bad things can happen. So please be careful. But 605 itself now, coming away from the 210 Irwindale all the way down through the 60 and down to the 5. All is well there. You'll be okay. Even though westbound 105 is getting a little slow around the 710 through Long Beach Boulevard. But that's a pretty good drive to LAX. North 405 from Seal Beach, Long Beach, through the South Bay curve up to LAX itself, which is busy, not jammed, but busy, is a pretty good drive. And the San Fernando Valley sweep, we just completed that again. It's still a pretty good shape. 405, believe it or not, is still good. 118 to 101. Little slowing that was earlier on the North 5, right around Roxford. I'll check that out. Just be careful if you head it that way. I think it's going away right now, but we'll let you know. Injured in an accident, visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Jeff Ball, KFI in the sky.
Sign on the line 888 for mortgages, a fair housing lender. NMLS 162-6699.
Well, it happened again. Mortgage rates zipped. Chairman Powell hinting about market uncertainty, and the 10-year bond has fallen below 1.2%.
The government has enacted a program that gives homeowners relief on refinancing their homes this very minute. In fact, it's called Refi now, and millions of homeowners are eligible even if you're self-employed.
So call True Mortgage 833-66-FASTER or go to truenow.com to see if you qualify for this government program. It is going to take you less than 5 minutes to see if you qualify.
So some of the biggest breaks regarding qualifications ever. Credit requirements have been loosened by the federal government. The rates have been reduced, and like Shannon said, even for the self-employed.
If you're a homeowner and missed out on the lowest rates or could not refi, this is your time, but do it today before the program runs out.
833-66-FASTER or go to truenow.com. Again, True Mortgage, 833-66-FASTER or dial pound 250 and use the keyword True Mortgage.
I want to break free! Break free in 2022 with Norwegian's Labor Day sale. Book your cruise today and enjoy 30% off, free open bar, and much more. With our leading health and safety programs, you can cruise with the ultimate freedom on 100% fully vaccinated ships that are fully open to explore. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free. Ships registered to Bahamas and USA. Descriptions apply.
The markets are closed today, so we will get you those market reports tomorrow, but sunny today and hot. Temperatures will range from the 80s at the beaches to the low 100s inland, and we do have a heat advisory in effect through 8 o'clock for much of Southern California for the rest of the day. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Good morning, it's the Bill Handel Show. He's still recovering from that heart surgery, but he's going to be here at 9 o'clock.